Now, just you have listened to very soft music and it was very pleasant one. And it was the prayer, Itni Shakti Hame Dena Data. And in that, you have listened to the very soft sound, and these sounds, they are also having the harshness or loudness in them. For example, this is a loud sound and it seems unpleasant also. That's why sounds are divided into two categories, soft sound and loud sound, as well as unpleasant sound. These are the two categories of sounds, soft and loud, pleasant and unpleasant. Now, this sound is a vibration that can be heard by a human or animal ear. Sound is produced due to vibrations, and when these vibrations reach to our ear, at that time this is called sound. Now, just now we have seen that vibration is essential there, and that's why the cause of sound is vibration. There are oscillations produced in them, to and fro, back and forth movement of the waves. There are the disturbances, those are produced in the medium, and because of that there is production of sound. Now we will see what is propagation of sound. When sound waves spread in all directions from a source of sound, it is called propagation of sound. See, these sound waves, they spread in all directions. And what is the meaning of the source of sound? Source of sound is nothing but the substance from which the sound is produced. For example, when I have produced this sound, at that time the source of sound is this table as well as this ruler, and that's why that is the source of sound, and when this sound reaches to my ears, at that time it is nothing but propagation of sound or transmission of sound. Now this sound transmission or propagation, it requires medium. Medium is very essential for its propagation. If there is vacuum, what do you mean by vacuum? Vacuum is an empty space from which air is removed. That is called vacuum, nirvat. And there is no air. At that time, as there is no medium, there is no production of sound. This, what is the definition of medium of propagation of sound, that we will see now. Substance around a source of sound through which sound waves spread is called the medium of propagation of sound. The substance around a source of sound through which sound waves spread. For example, in this case, which is the medium? It is solid medium. There are three mediums. First one is solid medium, another one is liquid medium, and the third one is gaseous medium. Now, you must have seen the dholak. The dholak is having the membranes on two sides, and there are membranes or diaphragms, and they are, when they are patted, at that time what happens? Due to the vibrations or collisions that take place on those membranes, there is the production of sound from that dholak. Or you have seen tabla, mridung, then sitar, veena, all these, they produce sound. But in case of veena, sitar, mridung, what happens? that there is production of very soft, pleasant sound. As well as in piano also there is production of sound. There are three mediums for propagation of sound, and these mediums are nothing but solid, liquid as well as gas. Solid, liquid and gaseous, these are the three mediums for the propagation of sound. Now let us see one by one the examples of this propagation. Why there are different speeds of this propagation of sound in all these mediums. In solids, the propagation takes place very fast. That means it is fastest in solids. Why? Because the molecules in the solids, they are arranged very densely in this solid, and that's why, because of the dense arrangement, there is the fast propagation of sound. It is the fastest one. Then in liquid, it is less than solid because the molecules are arranged somewhat less densely in liquid, but they are more dense than gas. That's why it is medium. That means it is faster than gas, whereas less fast than this solid. That's why in liquid the propagation of sound takes place in the faster way, and in gaseous it is slow one. Now we will see the examples. If there is a tuning fork, and if we hit a tuning fork at one solid place, at that time what happens? There is vibration. For example, children, I am not having tuning fork, but I am having the pair of tongs here, and if I hit this pair of tongs on this pan, what happens? There is production of sound, and this pair of tuning fork, it starts vibrating, and because of that there is, and if you observe, there is vibration in pan also, and some vibrations they can be seen, whereas some vibrations can only be felt, and that's why there are vibrations, no doubt, but some vibrations they are seen by our eyes, whereas some are felt by us. Now also we have seen the example of this scale and this table also, and we have seen that in case of sitar there is the string, and that string produces the soft sound. See, also if you stretch a rubber and from the center if it is plucked, at that time there are vibrations of this rubber, and because of that also there is the sound heard. Now all this was due to solid, and now I will give you an example of liquid. The propagation of sound takes place in liquids also. Suppose there is a silent water, and at that time there are no waves, and if I drop a stone into that water, what will happen? There will be the production of sound, and there will be the formation of waves. If there is a pond, and if you dive in that swimming tank or pond from the height, at that time what will happen? There is production of waves around you, and when you will be dropped down, when you will dive in that, at that time there will be sound also produced. And in gaseous state there is slow propagation of sound. When I am speaking, at that time in my vocal cords there is vibration, and because of vibrations my sound reach to you. But if I am speaking in vacuum, at that time there will be no sound that will reach to you. But here is the air around us, and because of that air my sound reaches to you, and this is an example of the propagation of sound. In this way, propagation of sound takes place in solid, liquid as well as gaseous medium, and medium is essential for it. Okay, thank you.